Most of the challenges that we face when we come to meditate, whether that's fidgeting or pain, discomfort, or a wandering mind, are not actually problems. They are messages from your body. I began meditating through a will-based practice that was based on my capacity to endure pain or discomfort. But having spent many years training my body hard and then abusing my body and ignoring my body, I found that style of meditation very uncomfortable because my body was screaming to be attended to. I'm going to share with you how I changed my perception and my way of meditating to be more in alignment with building not only a relationship with silence, but also a healthy and embodied connection to my body. So the practices that I share through this channel are simple somatic tools that you can use in a cycle to begin to cultivate that inner silence. So if we're feeling pain when we come to meditate, really simple proprioceptive yoga can begin to unwind this. Making micro adjustments when you're actually sitting can also begin to unwind the pain and discomfort. Perhaps you are drifting away. Maybe, like me, you have a long-standing habit of dissociation. It's very easy to drift away when we begin to meditate, and so I feel the weight of my body. I make sure that I have a felt sense of weight, a felt sense of the earth beneath me to keep me in my body as I practice. If your mind is chatting away, maybe it's in stories about the people that you know or events that have happened. If that happens, we go to the listening. We train our attention on our capacity to listen, and we begin to open up that reservoir of silence inside of the mind. So these are like simple tools that we train and that we use when we're meditating. And what I believe and what I have personally experienced is that when we are attentive to the messages of the body, the signals of the body, when we are practicing making the adjustments that the body is suggesting to us, then the silence that we're looking for, the peace that we're looking for, naturally begins to arise because we're in our bodies, we're comfortable, we feel safe, the nervous system is regulated, and then a beautiful capacity to sit in silence naturally arises from within. And I recently found a beautiful quote from Sri Ramana Maharshi, which I think really describes what I'm talking about. He says, "To make room, it is enough that objects be removed. Room is not brought in from elsewhere." So if we bring that back into the body, we do not need to, my personal philosophy is that we do not need to bring in methods or techniques to create meditation, to create silence. Instead, we need to remove tension. We need to remove stress. We need to remove those stories or those harmful thoughts. And when we remove those things, we create internal space. And silence is the the sense. Silence is that internal space, and that internal space is silence. And as we begin to practice in this way, it starts as just a glimpse, a tiny moment of quiet. But if we continue to practice, that quiet builds and builds and builds. And that inner silence equates to our capacity to feel peace, no matter what chaos is occurring in our external world. We always know that we have this shield or this sanctuary living inside of ourselves that we have invested into by practicing 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes a day. It really is that simple.